Cruise news time. Well, the great protocol tightening continues. Yesterday, we got updates from Norwegian Cruise Line. We got updates from Royal Caribbean. We also got updates from Carnival Cruise Line talking about the tightening of the protocols. Plus, Carnival's even talking about boosters. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, I want to do a couple things in the show today. I want to circle back around, talk about the protocols for Norwegian Cruise Line. I want to talk about the protocol update for Royal, and I also want to share with you this new information about Carnival. We've already seen some changes and some more clarification in the Norwegian Cruise Line bit. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. But first, before we get down to business, let me say good morning. Let me say good Saturday. Let me say good, I don't know what day it is. Let me say good 18th of December to you. Hope everybody is doing well as we close out 2021. Wow, it's starting to be a tumultuous time as we see the world going a little bit sideways again. Everybody hold on. We'll get through this the same way that we've got through all of the other things. And you see the flexing, we've seen the constriction and the flexing when it comes to cruising. The positive thing, let me lay out, can we accentuate the positives? The cruising is not shut down. And there's a lot of people that are salivating like Pavlovian. They hear this or they hear that and they start to salivate. Cruising will shut down. I don't understand why people want cruising to shut down. Like, did cruising take your girlfriend or your boyfriend or something? What? I don't like cruising. It took my significant other, and now I hope it has a. Look, cruising's still going on. The cool thing about these protocols that are getting more restrictive means that cruising's doing whatever it needs to do to stay open, and that's the positive message. But challenging times, certainly challenging times, as people that are getting ready to cruise under one certain set of protocols are being notified that they're now they have to follow other protocols without much recourse. And so let's kick off the recap with the announcement from Norwegian Cruise Line yesterday. The cruise line that has basically been maskless during the whole cruise restart now has a mask protocol. And then today on their website, there is an update. The mask protocol is only effective for cruises between now and December 19th. Let that sink in. Today's the 18th, tomorrow's the 19th. So for Norwegian Cruise Lines going out today and tomorrow, there is a mask mandate in place. Passengers will have to wear masks indoors unless eating or drinking, and they have to wear masks outdoors where social distancing is not possible. And there's already the standard debate. What does that mean, eating or drinking? If I'm sitting in the MDR, can I leave my mask down? Who knows? We'll have to see how this thing is enforced. Will it be a sip and cover? I think that's the term that they used on Carnival. You got to drink, you sip, you cover back up. Or will it be a thing as long as you're holding that Tom Collins or sidecar? That's my new favorite drink. As long as you're holding that sidecar in your hand, can you leave your mask down and walk all over the place? It's going to be interesting to hear. Look, if you're on Norwegian Cruise Lines this weekend, the 18th and the 19th, please drop me an email, tony@lalidoloca.com, or leave a comment on maybe this video and tell us what it was like. How are they enforcing that mask protocol? But they time bound it on the website. So they time bound it. It's only for cruises happening today and tomorrow. We'll have to see if on Monday they extend that protocol. We will be looking forward to that. And then on the heels of the Norwegian Cruise Line announcement, we got an email from Royal Caribbean saying, hey, look, we're also tightening up our masking protocol. Royal Caribbean, they've had the masking protocol in place, but Royal Caribbean makes a distinction between vaccinated and unvaccinated passengers. And there were certain venues on board Royal Caribbean cruise ships that were for vaccinated guests only. And if you were in one of those venues, you could take your mask off. Well, for the short term, this one goes to January the 5th, 2022. You have to wear a mask everywhere, so it doesn't matter. Again, it's going to be except for eating and drinking. You're not going to have to wear a mask in the swimming pool. Some questions about the solarium. That's kind of indoor, that's kind of outdoor. Again, I'm not sure how that's going to be enforced, without being on the ship. So if you're on a Royal Caribbean ship, go to the solarium and tell me whether or not you have to wear a mask while you're sitting in the lounger. Nobody's going to make you wear a mask in the swimming pool. That question always makes me laugh. But maybe in the solarium area, when you're sitting in the lounger in the clamshell, just enjoying the view, will you have to mask up? It's kind of indoor, kind of outdoor. Somebody on a Royal Caribbean ship, drop a note. Send me an email. Let us know what it's like out there in the world, and I will pass it on to the faithful. And so if we're tracking along, that leaves Celebrity Cruise Line and Virgin Voyages, I believe, is the only cruise lines here in the U.S. where a mask is not required, but the day is still young. We'll be looking for more updates. That's Norwegian, that's Royal Caribbean. Let me tell you about what's going on with Carnival, and there's some extra stuff on that one. But before I get there, first let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. It really does help the channel grow and be exposed to more people. The more people that are notified that watch the video early on, the better YouTube thinks the video is. So if you got room in your sub feed, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. And then a quick scheduling announcement. I will be on a live stream tonight. Again, this is December the 18th, 2021. I will be on a live stream tonight with my friend Don Terrace over at Don's Family Vacation. That's going to be 8 p.m. in the Eastern time zone. Come over there, ask us some questions. Let's catch up on what's going on with Don, and yeah, we'll have a good time. But now we go on to Carnival, who also yesterday, late last night, came out and made some statements. Of course, there is a masking policy on Carnival already. It's a little bit of a loose masking policy. The only time they really required you to wear a mask on Carnival is if you were congregated together inside. And so if you're waiting in line for the MDR or waiting in line for the show to open up, they wanted you to mask up. But if you're just walking around willy-nilly, you didn't have to wear a mask. There were some venues that they said put on a mask, but it was a little bit of a hybrid. It was a mix between mask and no mask. I experienced that on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Now they've tightened that up a little bit. They sent out this guest advisory. Here's the 3 bullet points, and theirs is going through January the 31st, 2022. So Norwegian Cruise Lines today and tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens. Royal Caribbean, January the 5th, 2022, then we see what happens. And Carnival, this protocol is in effect until January the 31st, 2022. We will see what happens. Here's the bullet points. All guests ages 2 and above are requested to wear masks at all times when indoors, except when eating or drinking or when in their own staterooms, and when outdoors in large gatherings and physical distancing cannot be maintained. Bullet point number 2, as advised by health authorities, guests are recommended to use higher grade mask indoors. How about that? That's interesting. I've never seen that. I read this last night, but I didn't remember that as a point. So I guess like the N95 or there's a different kind of 95 mask that apparently gives better protection. I guess they're recommending that inside. And then this is interesting. Until further notice, no smoking in the casino. Carnival's smoky casinos will now be smoke-free at least until January the 31st or further notice. And that's a lot to digest, but there's still one more big nugget inside this advisory from Carnival, and it's really one of the first major cruise lines that we hear talking boosters. They said, lastly, the CDC has strongly recommended that all persons over 16 years old obtain a COVID-19 booster vaccination when eligible. We strongly encourage all guests who are eligible to get their booster vaccine at least 7 days before boarding. Please review the updated CDC recommendations here. I'll provide a screenshot of the CDC recommendations. So how about that? Is this a precursor? Is this indicative of a policy that may be coming forward? Not a requirement. Just says that it's recommended. Maybe this is starting to get the people in the mindset of if you want to cruise, you may have to get a booster shot. And look, I've said this before, and let me say it again. None of the commentary that I'm providing has anything to do with the validity of the protocols or the debate around the virus. It's what the is. If you want to go cruising, this is what you have to do. Whether or not you agree with the protocols or not, it's not really your call. It's not my call. It's the table that has been set before us. And if you want to sit down and eat at that table, then you got to eat what you're served. And if you don't like what's being served, then don't eat at that table. I said it yesterday on the live stream. Cruising's like archery in college. They're not making you take archery. And so why would you die on a hill of something that they're not making you do? These are your big major cruise lines making these announcements yesterday. Norwegian, Royal, Carnival. I'm sure all the other cruise lines will be making announcements soon. I will be compiling those, and that way we can share them in a story sometime next week as they come out. But this impacts a lot of cruisers. So if you're looking for the biggest net of people who will be cruising, talking about these 3 cruise lines probably has that net spread pretty wide. And again, I've already heard from some Norwegian people that are challenged by the quick change, Royal people that were surprised by this change, and then Carnival people with this no smoking in the casino, I've already heard from a couple people like, what the heck is going on? The what's going on is that, you know, we continue to battle this ever-changing virus that we've been dealing with for the last 2 years. The cruise lines, in my opinion, they are adjusting as they need to adjust to keep their business open. And man, if you can do it, please continue to support the efforts of the cruise industry. If you love cruising, if you want cruising to survive, and if you don't, if you're just a cruise hater, go do something else for a little bit. Unfortunately, I think those are the only choices. Boom, that's your cruise news. Were you impacted by any of these changes? I'm dead serious though. If you go on a cruise this weekend, or if you are impacted by some of these changes, I'd love to hear how it played out. Shoot me an email at my email address. Leave some comments. What do you think about all this? Leave a comment below. What is there a class you took in college that wasn't required, but I liked archery. I just want to say that. All right, happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you so much for checking in, watching the show. Show your support by hitting the like button. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.